Hello, I'm Oud here. Today we're going to be looking at the house that I discovered last year. It is called Blend Oud. When I was doing my research before getting any of their fragrances, I discovered that it was owned by a woman called Cindy Guimont. She's from Europe, and then she happened to travel to Saudi Arabia, and she fell in love with the brand. She fell in love with the Middle Eastern way of doing perfumery, and she ended up buying the brand and bringing it to Europe. At the time, they had such a huge collection that she decided to downsize it to try to focus it a little bit more. And then with the newer releases, she's trying to fuse together the European style alongside the Middle Eastern way of doing perfumery. So of course, when I heard about the background, the Middle Eastern heritage in there, I decided to explore the house. With that, I ended up with two full bottle, part of their private collection. This one is called Mirage and this one is called Safari. Today we're going to be looking only at Mirage, and then I don't know if you can see the detail. Gold plate at the front there, and then at the top you have their logo. A beautiful design here, and then these are 60 ml. This is classified as a citrus amber themed fragrance, and it does represent that really well. It has an oriental feel to it. But the first time I tried this, I was taken aback by the contrast that I got out of this one. The style, Oriental, is not new, but the way they did the contrast here is just amazing. So a set of citruses and amber. So at the top, what I get out of this one is a beautiful, sharp, zesty grapefruit. That is really nice. The way it evolved and then stayed throughout the wearing of the fragrance and for a long time, it leads me to believe that they're using grapefruit base, but it does smell natural. It does smell really nice. So the opening is this invigorating, zesty, sharp grapefruit accord that lasts a long time. But pretty quickly though, that is paired with the addition of a sweet, fruity tone that is coming from mandarin and orange. Together, it creates this beautiful citric sweet opening that is just to die for. But the kicker is 5 minutes in, when it's well contrasted with this beautiful, deep, warm amber tone that is coming from labdanum and is paired with a beautiful tolu balsam. The amber accord that I've created here, to my nose, is pretty special. It has a healthy dose of labdanum, but paired with that, they added tolu balsam, and then to my nose, it adds some special, interesting facets to that amber accord. Here, I get the addition of something that is musky, slightly spicy, but also a light, dirty edge to the amber accord here without veering too dirty. Along with that, I also get the addition of spiciness that is coming from coriander, and fire in the background, I get something that is slightly resinous and vanillic coming from something that is reminiscent of benzoin. That amber accord contrasted with the citric sweet tone is just to die for. Those two scent profiles seem like they would not work, but the way they contrasted it does not come off too disjoint. This is pretty linear, so you're gonna get a consistent contrast between those wonderful sweet citric tones against the deep, rich amber for about 9 hours, and after that, it's going to dry down mostly to a vanillic amber with traces of that musky tolu balsam attached to it. Just wonderful. The first time I tried this, the contrast seemed a little bit odd, but not too disjoint. Like I said, the more I wore it, it became more addicting, and I love it. It has hints of spring because of those sweet citric tones, but also warmth attached to it, hinting at winter and fall. So you can definitely wear it during spring, fall, and winter. For summer, I think the heaviness of the resinous feel of the amber might be a little bit too much, but overall, you can wear it for the most part of the year. In terms of performance, this one is great. Longevity, 10 plus hours. Projection is really good for the first 4 hours. You're going to smell it really well around you. Beautiful scent cloud there. And after the 4 hours, even when you move, you still get whiffs of it. So performance is great on this one. What is outstanding on this one is how they were able to maintain the sweet citric notes for 9 hours and then balance it with the amber notes here. It's just wonderful. So overall, the contrast lasts a long time. Performance is great, so I cannot ask more of this one. This concludes my review on Mirage, but before I go, I want to mention that when I was exploring the line, some of their offering did remind me of other offerings that we're familiar with. So for example, Safari from their private collection did remind me a little bit of Oud Immortelle by Byredo. I do think that the ingredients that they use here is much better, and then some of the facets that they highlight in Safari are much more interesting than in Oud Immortelle by Byredo, which is one of my favorite from their brand too. I do own that one as well. There's another one, I don't have the name right now, that did remind me of another fragrance from the Tom Ford Private Blend collection. I'm going to be touching on that as well. So I'm mentioning that so that you're aware that you might get something from the line that is reminiscent of something that you've already tried or that you already have in your collection. So definitely sample first before you jump into getting full bottles. So if you've tried anything from the house, let me know what you think of the house. Again, thank you for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe, and then take care. Bye.